Hey guys, welcome back to Words from Reagan. In this week's episode, I'm going to be talking about life's best days. The moments that come and go in a blink of an eye and are over just like that. Maybe you're feeling like your best days are behind you and already happened. Maybe you feel stuck in that the first in lives are over. Maybe you've hit your mid-20s and you feel the best moments are over because you're closer to 30 than you are 20. In life, we throw expectations on timelines for life. College is the best days of your life. You'll be married by 25 and have kids by 30, and then you'll reach success by 34. Right now, I'm in college, and I can 100% say that this is a prime example of what is expected in the typical aspect of life. Everyone hypes up, these are going to be the best 4 years of your life. And don't get me wrong, you're in your youth with many firsts, but you still have good days ahead of you. To think that after you graduate college, after college is just working a 9-to-5 job, you have it all wrong. But we're so stimulated as humans to expect and think how society does, and this is how society has shaped us to be. Society throws expectations on emotions, memories, firsts and lasts for timelines. But isn't everyone's timeline in life different? So how can we be happy and married by 25 when we're still single at that age? How can you reach success by your 30s when you're still at the low end of the company at 31? You can't. Why? Because you cannot predict the future. You cannot predict an outcome or ending in general, but especially to have an assumption and a plan for a timeline that society has thrown on. Well, you got to do this at this age and be this to fit in. And we compare our lives to that and think that, okay, well, I'm 19 now. So by 25, I'm going to be married, and then by 30, have kids. It's just not realistic because you can have this plan, but what if you're still single? Are you just going to go marry a random guy off the streets? I don't think so. Why? Because you cannot predict a plan or a timeline. When we have an expectation for how something is going to end and it doesn't end that way, we get hurt. Society makes this so-called timeline based on expectation and the wanting areas in their life. Mainly the big picture: love, success, and happiness. This is why we get so attached to past memories and good days, because you think that there are no good days ahead of you. Your life is ever-changing. Every chapter of life, every season, every day brings something new. New people, new opportunities, new experiences. No day is ever the same. Think about the career path you chose. We are told to find a job that we enjoy and look forward to going to. Why? So we don't lose interest or happiness. We aren't just going to pick a random career and work that the rest of our lives because we know we won't be happy. You look forward to going because you enjoy the career. Apply this to your life. You choose your choices and decisions based on what you want and enjoy and offer. You don't go by what others think is in your best interest. It only is going to lead you to a life of unhappiness. Think about the firsts in life. The first date with your partner, the first day at your job, the first time watching that movie, the first time meeting that person. We tend to focus on these emotions because they have a special meaning to us. They're attached with emotion. Ask yourself, what is something in life that I want to go back and experience for the first time again? We capture the first in life to be special. We don't realize that in the present, but rather looking back, we have the power to approach today with the ability to act like you're living first. In reality, you've never experienced today, so it's a first. The past isn't here with us anymore, rather just past memories and lessons taken along the way. The future hasn't happened yet, and yet we're giving all of our living energy to these things. Don't get me wrong, you should be working towards the future and look back on what you learned through the years, but to give all your energy focusing on those things is pointless. You need to be in today, the very present moment. Approach today as a special moment in life. A Thursday morning, waking up at 8 a.m., making coffee, Saturday night out with your friends. Pretend it's like the first time all over again. You remember what it's like to experience something again for the first time, knowing right now is a special moment. Be in the moment, soak up the present, breathe in the air, smile at the people around you. You might be asking yourself, well, how can I prove to myself that the best days are still ahead of me? You have to realize that you are still growing in life. You believe that you grow a better version of yourself. You have to outgrow aspects of yourself in the past people, past exes, past mindsets, and old habits. You move past them in time because you move up. You outgrow your insecure self to become a confident self. You outgrow being walked all over to take a stance. You look back at yourself with peace. You look back at these past moments with peace. And if you want to keep growing, you have to move past those days. You don't have to look back and feel guilt. You're approaching what you had without needing to go back to it. We throw expectations on changing and difference. Different people, different roles, different routines. We think that it's going to be worse and go downhill. But different is not worse. It's a step towards getting what you want and need. That relationship, the job, the paycheck. It's a new beginning. It shows growth. You have so much potential in life. It's limitless, and it resets every day. Your potential does not live in the past. Your past self doesn't define who you are right now. And one of the things I've been seeing going around on TikTok the past couple weeks, and it might just be my For You page, is I keep having 2010 throwbacks, old toys and shows and songs, the nostalgia that we have from our childhood. And I feel like nostalgia is something we look at that makes us think that our best days are behind us. And we need to use it as proof that we are living a life worth living. Memories are one of the things that we should never take for granted. To be able to look back at something like some of life's best days and relive them like it just happened. That concert with your best friend, your 21st birthday, the trip to Thailand with you and your partner. We have this amazing ability to look back on the past and feelings and remember them. Not only the good times, but the times where we grow because the thing wasn't suiting us. And in the day and age of social media, I think that that's why we're so prone to taking pictures and videos in the moment, and also to have proof for other people to see that you've experienced that thing. But also because without memories, without remembering anything, it's just a moment gone in time. It's kind of crazy to think about that the past is if you and your friend experienced something and your friend passed away and then you passed away next, it's just gone. The moment doesn't exist and you wrote about it somewhere or anything. That's why I feel like we're so prone to taking pictures and videos in the present, because we want to have proof that it did happen for everyone else to see, but also as the fear that this moment could be forgotten about down the road. We look at photos and videos as a permanent form of that memory. That is why we get so attached to a photo and video. Why? Because it has a memory attached to it, a feeling, an emotion attached to it. We know that as we get older, we aren't going to remember all of the moments of our youth, so we admire these pieces of them because it feels like a part of the memory living right in front of our eyes. We get attached to these pictures and look back at the moments because we view them as our quote-unquote best days. We think these times will never happen again. And a lot of this mindset is built and caused upon our own selves, and we're to blame for this mindset, thinking that our best days have already happened. Look at your memories as proof that you've laughed, that you've loved, and experienced life in ways that were undeniably real and raw. They remind us that if life was once filled with moments worth yearning for, then surely there are more moments ahead of us, waiting to be experienced and cherished. Just because you're going through a hardship right now, just because you're in the gray area of life doesn't mean that your best days are behind you. Life will get better. You're constantly growing. And you have to think we have experienced the past. We know what we have been through, whereas the future hasn't been experienced yet. And we do not know what we're going to go through in the future. So how can we throw an assumption that our best memories are behind us when we don't know what's going on tomorrow? Like how can we just throw that assumption in? We're throwing the towel in just to please our mindset for that present moment. These photos and videos are nice to remind us of a moment in time, but for you to be your own cause for suffering is terrible. You place the negative mindset in your mind and wrap it around all of this thought that the best days are behind you. The goal in life is to grow, reach new points of success, find what we need, learn what is and isn't for us. How do we do this? We live in the present and grow looking forward, not backward. Each day is a new beginning, especially with a new year here. Leave what has happened in the last year and in 2022 and 2021 and so on in the past. Cherish those moments, but now that you're entering a new phase in your life that you desire to grow, different is rewarding. We need to look ahead and know that life's best days are in fact ahead of us. The future is unknown, so how can you know if your best days are behind you? You still have so many more places to go, people to meet, things to experience, and opportunities to come. Just because you are feeling stuck today doesn't mean you're going to be feeling stuck in 50 years from now. You're growing, you're learning, and you're experiencing. Different people, different places, different times, different. Different is good. We're looking ahead, not behind. We only look behind to see how we've changed and what we've learned in past moments. But we don't allow ourselves to sit in them and fall into a mindset that our best days are behind us. Remember that life's firsts are attached with certain memory and emotion, but that doesn't mean that you can't experience the same excitement by doing these things again. You have the power to approach an experience with the same happiness and emotion as you did for the first, to make the moment worthwhile. People put a timeline on the typical life by which age someone should experience something. And with this, we in society create expectations. We have to look at this problem as a self-causing problem. We bring the idea into our mind and then turn it into a mindset. We have the power to put our focus in the present moment going forward. We understand that different is good because it allows us to grow. If we live the same life, the same day over and over again, would we really be happy? Probably not, because we grow through change and differences. Your life's best days, best moments are ahead of you. And it is up to you to realize this and not to put a stopper on the present moment. Cherish past moments and pictures and videos, but don't get stuck on it and be the reason for your own suffering. So thank you guys so much for listening to this week's episode. I promise I'll give you guys an update on video podcasts next week. But with that, I will see you guys next week for another episode. Bye, guys.